हेलो एवरीवन, हम लोग आज जो टॉपिक स्टार्ट करेंगे हमारा ऑफर डॉक्यूमेंट। और ऑफर डॉक्यूमेंट का जो हमारा टॉपिक है वो हमने ऑलरेडी एक बार बेसिक जो है डिस्कशन कर लिया था। जब मैंने आपको लेटर ऑफ ऑफर बताया था बायबैक के वक्त, उस वक्त मैंने ऑफर डॉक्यूमेंट्स का ब्रीफ डिस्क्रिप्शन दे दिया था। वापस से हम एक बार रिकैप कर लेते हैं कि आखिरकार ऑफर डॉक्यूमेंट होता क्या है। देखिए, जब भी कोई भी कंपनी, whenever any kind of company is bringing any kind of issue, तो लोगों को इनविटेशन देती है कंपनी। काय का इनविटेशन? आओ आओ हमारी कंपनी के शेयर में पैसा लगाओ लगाओ, ऐसे। अब चिल्ला चिल्ला के सबको बोलेगी नहीं, है ना। जैसे रास्ते में माइक चला दिए, स्पीकर चला दिए, है ना, ठन 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 ठन, जैसे पहले पुराने जमाने में नहीं होते थे ऐसे ना, ढोल बज रहे हैं जोर जोर से कि सुनो सुनो सुनो, समथिंग सॉर्ट ऑफ, है ना। अब आजकल मीडिया चेंज हो गई है, मोड ऑफ जो डिलीवरी ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन हैज बीन चेंज्ड, तो अभी चीज़ें डिस्प्ले करने के तरीके अलग हैं। तो आज कोई भी कंपनी अगर ये चाहती है कि पूरी इंडिया में जितने भी इन्वेस्टर्स हैं वो हमारी कंपनी में पैसा लगाएं, हमारा इशू सक्सेसफुल रहे, तो लोगों को इनविटेशन देना है। तो इनविटेशन देना है तो इनविटेशन में कुछ तो लिखना पड़ेगा। क्या लिखोगे उस इनविटेशन में? अपने गुणगान गाओगे, है कि नहीं? गुणगान गाओगे कि नहीं गाओगे? क्या क्या गुण गाओगे? हमारा फाइनेंशियल स्टेटस ये, हमारा बैलेंस शीट ये, इतने सालों तक प्रॉफिट अर्न किया, इतना डिविडेंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया, है ना, हमारी कंपनी यहां यहां पैसा लगाती है, तुमसे जो पैसा लेंगे उसको यहां लगाएंगे, उस पे इतना परसेंटेज प्रॉफिट एक्सपेक्टेड है, आउटस्टैंडिंग प्लान है, ये है वो है, फलाना ढिमकाना, है ना। ये सारे के सारे गुणगान किस में लगाए जाएंगे? इनविटेशन में। किस में लगाए जाएंगे? इनविटेशन में। ये जो इनविटेशन है ना, इनविटेशन, इस इनविटेशन को क्या नामकरण दिया गया है? ऑफर डॉक्यूमेंट। क्या नामकरण दिया गया है? ऑफर डॉक्यूमेंट। अच्छा, यहां तक की कहानी क्लियर है क्या सबको? यस बेटा।
I don't know Hindi, ma'am.
अच्छा, you are not able to understand Hindi?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, fine. तो I'll speak in English and Hindi as well. ठीक है? Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Right.
Which page, ma'am, you now teaching?
अभी just see the slides only. Just check the slides only, है ना? Don't open the compiler. Right?
Okay.
Right. तो invitation. तो we are having an invitation. An invitation is given to the public. This invitation is given to the public. And this invitation is given for what purposes? For subscription in securities. For subscription in securities. For subscription in securities. So company is going to mention entire details by which they may attract people to accept applications, to invite applications. So for that sake, whatever the document is being issued by the company is known as offer document. तो क्या नामकरण दिया गया उसको? Offer document. अच्छा, अभी we do have different names of this offer document in different situations. अब ऐसे थोड़ा ना है कि हर जगह हम एक ही नाम लिया जाएंगे, है ना। हमारे नाम भी तो इतने सारे होते हैं, है ना। आपकी मम्मी कुछ बोलती है, पापा कुछ बोलते हैं। एग्जैक्टली ऑफर डॉक्यूमेंट के भी बहुत सारे नामकरण हैं। डिफरेंट नेम्स आर बीइंग अलॉटेड टू द ऑफर डॉक्यूमेंट इन डिफरेंट सर्कमस्टांसेस। तो कौन कौन से सर्कमस्टांसेस में विच नेम इज गोइंग टू बी यूज्ड, दैट वी विल अंडरस्टैंड ओवर हियर। तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, द नेम विच इज गिवन इज prospectus. The first name which is given is prospectus. The other name is red herring prospectus. Firstly, we will understand these two terms, then afterwards we will understand rest of the terms. red herring prospectus. Acha, now what is prospectus and what is red herring prospectus? Whenever a company brings an issue, so there are two modes of deciding the price. What two types of there? Price may be fixed or price may be decided by way of bidding. Price may be decided by way of bidding. Am I clear till now? So there can be two types of deciding the price. Either company itself is ensured, अरे यार हमें पता है कि हमारा शेयर का प्राइस क्या है, 100 rupees है. If the company is already determined कि we do have to decide 100 rupees price of a share, then the company will itself decide the price, fixed price will be there. So that would be say 100. And if in case company is like, no, we are not going to decide the price, let investors be decide the price. So if company says कि we are not going to decide the price, so company will go for the bidding. So company will invite the bids from the investors, and for that sake company is going to provide price band. Company is going to provide price band. Asha, price band will be say 100 to 110. Let's suppose we are taking a price band. So here the floor price is what? 100. This is the floor price, and 110 is the cap price. The upper price is known as cap price, of course. Cap क्या है? Upper है ना? And floor is lower price. So any investor who is willing to bid is required to bid within this price range. That's it. He cannot bid beyond this 110 obviously. So he can bid between 100 to 110. Fine. Now whatever the cutoff price is there will be the issue price. Say let's suppose maximum investors are interested to make investment at the rate of 110. So our cutoff price will be 108, right? This will be the cutoff price, and cutoff price will be decided as per the 100% allotment. At what price allotment is being done, it will be taken as per the cumulative frequency basis. Let's take an example. Example बता देती हूँ उसका भी मैं आप लोग को. So let's suppose company is issuing 1 lakh shares. How many shares company is issuing? That means company is supposed to allot at least 1 lakh shares and maximum 1 lakh shares. Company is not going to allot more than 1 lakh shares, right? Say different applicants are there. They have bid for different prices. Let's suppose some of the investors have bid at the price of 110 itself. They were desperate to take the shares, so they bid for 110. Say 20,000 shares applied for 110. Okay. Then 30,000 shares applied at the rate of 109. Then 80,000 shares applied at the rate of 108. 30,000 shares applied at the rate of 107, and so on, right? So different applicants applied at different price. In this case we need to calculate the cutoff price. So how do we calculate this cutoff price? कैसे निकालेंगे cutoff price? यहाँ तक का example is clear or not? All are clear till now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. No. First of all, we need to calculate the cutoff price. So first of all, cutoff price will be decided as per the cumulative frequency. So let's calculate the CF, cumulative frequency. Maths में I think you have already done the CF है ना? अच्छा 20,000 है, तो 20,000 will take over here. 20,000 plus 30,000, so that is what? 50,000. 50 plus 80, 1 lakh. Okay, अब इससे आगे जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. We are not supposed to go further because we need to allot maximum how many shares? 1 lakh shares. We are not supposed to allot more than 1 lakh shares. Am I right? A maximum 1 lakh shares are supposed to be allotted. So here the cutoff price will be 108. Cutoff price will be 108. Now how we are going to allot these shares? Uske liye there is very simple formula. And what is that formula? All the applicants who have applied beyond this 108 will be allotted in full. Will be allotted in full. It means 20,000 applicants are going to be allotted full shares. इनको हम 20,000 shares allot करेंगे. 20,000. Okay, done है. Because they have applied for 110 and we are going to allot them at 108. There is no problem at all. We'll refund them 2 rupees. Got it? Secondly, 30,000 shares भी fully allot हो जाएंगे cause they have applied at the rate of 109. So we are going to allot them as well. So we have allotted till 50,000 shares. But next 80,000 shares are not going to be allotted full, because if we allot 80,000 shares, so there will be over allotment. So we cannot allot more than 1 lakh shares. So maximum how many shares we can allot now? 50,000 shares. Rest of the 50,000 shares. So now we will have to allot pro rata basis. So we will allot 50,000 shares to 80,000 applicants. How many applicants? 80,000 applicants. So this allotment is going to be done on pro rata basis, and all the applicants are going to be allotted at the rate of 108. Am I clear? Am I clear? All the students in live? Okay. So this is the manner by which cutoff price is being decided. Up now we do have our cutoff price, and up यहाँ पे company is eligible to allot the shares at the price of 108. So here we are having two modes of price determination. Number one, that is what fixed price, which is being decided by the company itself, and the other one is bidding, in which bids were invited, bids were accepted, cutoff price was decided, and at that price shares were allotted. Now, in this case, we do have two kind of offer documents. We do have two kind of offer document. Number one, in which fixed price is there. So here we are going to issue prospectus, and where the price is not fixed, where bidding is going to be done, so here we will issue red herring prospectus. Here the kind of prospectus is known as red herring prospectus. क्या ये दोनों clear है सबको? Prospectus and red herring prospectus. Any confusion till now? चलो यहाँ तक एक बार पढ़ देती हूँ. ये डिलीट कर दूँ? कर दूँ? अच्छा, स्क्रीनशॉट लेने तो यू मे टेक a screenshot. Done? Okay. Now let's have a look on the language. What it says. Prospectus, where the price is fixed. Red herring prospectus, this is in case of book building, जहाँ पे क्या किया जा रहा है? Bidding, है ना? Here we are going to do bidding, and this manner is known as book building. This process is known as book building. इसमें we do have two prices, floor price and combinedly both the prices are known as price band. Price band. अच्छा, now third one is shelf prospectus. Who may tell what is shelf prospectus? I told you earlier. What is shelf prospectus? Yes. Yes. Absolutely perfect है. Absolutely perfect है. We are not supposed to bring multiple times prospectus. We are supposed to bring one time prospectus, and every time we will inform SEBI only by information memorandum. By information memorandum. देखो सिंपल सी बात है. Whenever you issue prospectus, so before filing prospectus, you need to file draft prospectus, draft offer document with the SEBI. Draft offer document. इसका मतलब है, it means you are supposed to take permission from SEBI. You are supposed to take permission from SEBI, and that's it. That is literally too much stringent process, too much lengthy process, time taking process, तो ड्राफ्ट ऑफर डॉक्यूमेंट यू नीड टू फाइल विद SEBI. It's a draft. It means offer document is not yet finalized. Offer document is not yet finalized. It means SEBI reserves the right to raise observations in this respective document. SEBI बोलेगा this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, है ना, make all the alterations. तो SEBI ना बहुत परेशान करता है. SEBI बहुत सारा न्यूसेंस करेगा आपके लिए. This is a pathetic process actually. तो if we avoid this process, so our entire public issue process will be very relaxed. For that sake, SEBI itself permits you कि भाई don't issue again and again draft of a document. What you need to do, just once issue prospectus and in subsequent issue you are not supposed to issue prospectus, you just inform us. You just inform us. देखो, taking permission and informing both are absolutely different terminologies. If you take permission, so there will be a problem, and if you have already done the transaction and you just inform the authority, then absolutely different concern है ना. So it means here what we are supposed to do, if we bring multiple issues in a year itself, है ना, so in that case what you can do, you are supposed to take permission once only while filing shelf prospectus, and later on date pe what you need to do, you just file information memorandum in which you are just informing SEBI that we are issuing that number of shares at this much of price and this is what the allotment criteria. We are just simply informing the SEBI about the issuance, jo bhi whatever you have done. Okay, so what it says, multiple issues in a year, then file only one prospectus, that is what, shelf prospectus, and then later on आपको क्या करना होता है, information memorandum ही file करना होता है. You are supposed to file information memorandum only. Is this okay? Is this clear? Next is letter of offer, and that we have already gone through. Whenever any offer is being brought for existing members, then it will be known as letter of offer. अच्छा, example दो. Right issue, buyback. So whenever any invitation या offer is for existing members, then it will be known as letter of offer. For existing members, that is what, right issue, buyback, etc. That is called letter of offer. Am I clear till now? Is there any confusion? We have already gone through with all the terms, है ना? Right. Next, abridged prospectus. This is what? Salient information is there only. Here we are not supposed to put the entire detail of the prospectus. Prospectus contain a lot of information. The investor is not going to read the entire information, है ना? That will be very troublesome for him to read the entire provisions, entire पता नहीं आपने क्या क्या लिखा हुआ है. So for that sake हम इसको relax करते हैं. Just have a look the information which is relevant for you. So here we are going to mention only salient features of the prospectus, and this abridged prospectus is going to affix with the application. So whenever any applicant investor जो भी है वो application लगाएगा, whenever he is filing the application, so he will read all the salient features of the issue of the offer. Then he will come to know whether he is to invest or not in that respective offer. So abridged prospectus is what? Salient feature. So here application plus abridged prospectus if demanded, except underwriting agreement and when issue is not for public. Say if underwriters are going to allot shares just for the sake due to under subscription of shares, just for the fulfillment of their responsibility, if underwriters are being allotted shares just for the sake of their responsibility, whether in their application itself there is any requirement to attach abridged prospectus or not, whether they are supposed to have this abridged prospectus or not. Are they the normal investors? Normal जनता है क्या वो? तो जब normal जनता है ही नहीं, तो in that case उनको भी अब्रिज प्रोस्पेक्टस देने की जरूरत है क्या? उनको तो प्रोस्पेक्टस ही पता है पूरा. When they are already aware about the prospectus, then what the sense of this abridged prospectus? है ना? Why to make the application so lengthy? So in that case there is no such requirement. Otherwise normal investor के case में it is compulsory to attach abridged prospectus. Okay, but in case of underwriting it is not required. And number two, when it is not issued to the public, it is issued to the promoters or selected group of persons. So they are already aware about the company now. So are they actually need this abridged prospectus? If you send them abridged prospectus or not, they are going to make investment in your securities. Then what's the sense of sending this abridged prospectus? है ना, जरूरत ही नहीं है. तो ये दो exceptional cases हैं हमारे जहाँ पे you're not supposed to attach abridged prospectus with the application. Are you okay with this? बात समझ में आ गई सबको? तो abridged prospectus contains salient features of the prospectus. Abridged prospectus contains salient feature of the prospectus. Okay, is this clear? Number two, and this abridged prospectus is going to be attached with the application. This abridged prospectus is going to be attached with the application. But we are having two exceptional circumstances where this abridged prospectus is not supposed to be attached with the application. And what are these two exceptional cases? Number one is underwriting agreement, and number two is not for public. When issue is not for public. So when issue is not for public, this is for selected group of persons. Then they are already aware कि what kind of company is this, and in what kind of issue you are making an investment, whether their money is safe or not. They are already aware. So you are not supposed to put this abridged prospectus with the application. Okay. Now next is deemed prospectus. This is deemed prospectus. Now what is this deemed prospectus? I told you that we do have two kinds of issue: fresh issue and offer for sale. What kind of issues we do have? Fresh issue, and other one is offer for sale. Company may bring public issue in these two manners. अच्छा, fresh issue में what company is doing? Company is bringing new shares. Company is allotting new shares. By the way, the capital of the company is going to be increased. So whenever company is bringing fresh share, capital of company is going to be increased. Whereas if I am talking about offer for sale, then there will be no impact on the capital of the company. The capital of the company will remain same, will remain constant. So here the capital of company will remain same. So offer for sale में what we are going to do? The existing members are proposing their shares to be allotted to the public. What is being done over here? We do have lot of existing members, right? And they want exit route from the company. They want exit route from the company. Now these existing members are willing to sell their shares, and company is having adequate funds. Company is having adequate funds. Company is not having any lack of funds. So what company is proposing? Let their shares be sold to public. Let their shares be sold to public. So company will be the intermediary in this case, and by the company's intervention, the shares of existing shareholders will be allotted to the public, to the janta. So in this case, these are the selling shareholders. These are the selling shareholders, and these are the public. So whether in this case company is going to bring new capital, whether new shares are going to be issued? No, definitely not. The shares of existing members are going to be allotted to the public. So here the capital of the company will remain same, constant रहेगी. Capital में there will be no change. So such kind of issue is known as offer for. This is known as offer for sale. In this case, who is going to get this money? Whether company is going to get this money or selling shareholders will get the money. Of course, selling shareholders, because the shares belongs to selling shareholders. So whenever companies sell these shares to public, the money received from the public will be diverted to the account of selling shareholders. Am I clear? Now here company is behaving just like an intermediary. That's it. So whether company is actually having any fund? No. Whether there is any impact on the capital? No. But still company will have to invite Janta na. Company will have to invite public. So when company will invite public, the company will have to bring invitation to the public, and that invitation is known as deemed prospectus. This invitation is known as deemed prospectus. Am I clear? So why we are saying is deemed prospectus? Because it is actually not a prospectus, and a company is not having any funds, but we are deeming it as if it is a prospectus, because company's behalf यहाँ पे क्या किया जा रहा है? Offer document is being issued on company's behalf. Offer document is being issued, but actually this offer document is for selling shareholder. Okay, is this clear? So let's see. Now let's check out the language which is recorded under section 2 clause 30 prospectus. Now you may find this language in your compiler. Page number is 55. So 55 page पे prospectus के definitions given. Section 2 clause number 30. 30. Prospectus means, is it recorded 70? So let me check it out.
में तो 70
हाँ 70 ही कर लेना. 70 है. 70 is correct. 70 is okay. हाँ prospectus section 2 clause 70. Right. Prospectus means any document described and issued as prospectus. देखिए Companies Act की definitions तो is always very outstanding. So any document which is described as prospectus will be known as prospectus, है ना? This is an outstanding definition. Right. And what it includes? Red herring prospectus, shelf prospectus, notice, circular, advertisement, other document. The most important thing is that inviting offer for public. Right, this is the important term. Inviting offer from public for what? For subscription या purchase or any securities of a body corporate. For subscription या purchase of any securities of any company या फिर body corporate. Is this okay? Definition is clear to everyone. So what is this prospectus? Any offer. अब देखो name आप कुछ भी बोल लो, उससे कोई मैटर नहीं है. The important thing is that this is an offer. Invitation for what? For subscription या purchase of securities, है ना? तो securities को purchase करने का एक offer दिया गया है. Okay, आगे देखते हैं. It should be noted that prospectus is not an offer but an invitation to the offer. Why this statement is recorded? Just listen carefully. Say if I say there is a company called A Limited, ठीक है? This company is bringing offer document. If I say this is an offer, so what will happen? Any investor who makes an application, that would be termed as acceptance, and you are already aware about the terminology. Offer plus acceptance becomes a contract, है ना? Legal bounding. But this is actually not a contract, cause until and unless company allot them, there will be no contract. That's why this is not known as offer. This offer document is known as invitation to the offer. This is known as invitation. Acha, अब now what will be the process? This is an invitation. By this invitation, who is making an offer? Applicant is making an offer. The application which he is making is an offer. And when company accepts it, the company will allot shares. Then there will be a contract. Am I clear? That's why this offer document is never going to be treated as offer. This is always termed as invitation to the offer. Whether this term is clear or not? Sure? Okay.
Please repeat.
Okay. Invitation is what? Whenever I say that offer document is, if I say is an offer, then what will happen, Anjali? From this offer, applicant will make an application, so it will be termed as acceptance, right? Anjali, am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Acha, if you say that applicant has accepted this offer, so there will be a contract or not?
Yes, ma'am.
So it means it would be binding on the company. The company will have to allot shares, but it's not like that. Company is not going to allot shares. Company will verify the applications. Company will select which applications are appropriate, which are inappropriate applications, and after scrutinizing all the applications, company will decide the basis of allotment, whether full allotment is going to be done or pro rata allotment is to be done. Whatever the basis of allotment is there will be decided. So here we cannot say that this respective offer is an offer. This is simply invitation to the offer. So company is inviting. What inviting? Offer. So after this invitation, investor will make an offer. Investor will make an offer by making application. So who is bringing the offer? Investor is bringing the offer, and the application, if found perfect, the company will accept this offer by allotting him shares. So here the contract will executed when company allottees या applicants to the shares. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे क्या होगा? Allotment. Whenever allotment is done, so contract will be executed. Is this clear, Anjali?
Yes, ma'am.
Any other doubt in this respective statement? All done? ठीक है. Prospectus must be in writing. Obviously, oral prospectus will not be there. है ना? वो थोड़ी ना रास्ते में ढोल बज रहे हैं, ढां ढां ढां, सुनो सुनो सुनो. Oral invitation will not be considered to be prospectus. Television या film advertisement cannot be treated as a prospectus. Prospectus is the basic document on the basis of which intending investors decide whether to invest or not. Obviously, company is going to mention the entire details, status, financial structure, everything will be mentioned in the prospectus only, so that investors may take the decision whether they are supposed to make investment or not, whether their money is safe or not. So entire decision will be taken on the basis of prospectus only. Variation in the terms and condition of the contract cannot be made unless SR is passed in the general meeting. This point is going to be covered under section 48. We will study in the next chapter. So this point we will study later. Okay. वेरिएशन, और इसमें भी एक वेरिएशन वाला प्रोस्पेक्टस वाला एक टर्म आएगा, तो वेरिएशन को हम अलग से ही रीड करेंगे, इसको यहाँ नहीं पढ़ेंगे अभी. These provisions shall not apply to obviously unlisted public company. पब्लिक इन्विटेशन लाती ही नहीं है तो उस पर नहीं है. निधि कंपनी, गवर्नमेंट कंपनी, होली ओन सब्सिडरी कंपनी. So these companies are going to be exempted by these provisions. Is there any confusion? All done? So what we have studied today yet? Offer documents, different kinds of offer document. Then later on we have gone through with the definition of prospectus, and we have also seen the characteristics of prospectus. The most important characteristic is this: prospectus is an invitation, it's not an offer. Prospectus is an invitation, it's not an offer, है ना? So mind this provision always, and बाकी rest of the provisions are very general, must be in writing and all. So these are very general provisions. Okay, so that's it. So that's all for today. Rest of the provision will go in the next class.